Hey, TikTok. I just have a question for you because I got into a debate with a misogynistic troll who insists he's not a misogynist, but the whole thing started with him saying that passport bros aren't the ones saying Western women are crap. That's what women say. And they're just, going overseas because the women there are better. And I said, I see the fact that they are looking to find a woman who is at an economic and language disadvantage, take her away from her entire support network and the country she's known for her whole life, and isolate her away from that. The very nature of that is abusive and controlling. And he said, no, that's just my opinion. So I ask you, TikTok, is it just my opinion, or does anybody else hold the same or similar opinion of the passport bro desired relationship? Leave it in the comments. Can't wait to read them. Thanks.
Oh boy, a grape-haired colored post-wall queen who does the typical womanist empowerment trope that talks down to and degrades women who are not from the West. The shock factor of it never seems to decline with each video. Listen, Coeen, I will answer your question directly by pointing out that you are the one objectifying those women whom you don't know as some kind of objects with no free will. Why is it that this gorilla can say that those foreign women are a Western woman's equal to be able to accept or reject a marriage proposal from a passport bro, and women like you who love to label any man that disagrees with you as a misogynist, while simultaneously you claim those foreign women are some helpless victims of the patriarchy flying spaghetti monster with no defense for abuse, as if they don't have basic human free will. You are the ones who begin every one of your questions or rants by stating how Western women like you have an educational or intellectual entitled sense of superiority over foreign women, and your smugness somehow gives you the right to dictate the reality of what those women's choices and lifestyles must be. Sister, do you want to know why the passport bros opted out of marrying Western women?
How come? Tell me why! Say it! Say it!
Look in the mirror. Heck, note your attitude. If a man doesn't agree with you, what do? Label him with foul, baseless accusations, and you go on overdrive, shaming the men who left and the women they chose over you. It sounds to me like you are the controlling one. Moving on.
Thank you guys for complimenting my English, but I'm not American. I speak it since birth. I don't know why you assume
Passport bros are so funny to me. Do you guys think things through? I feel like you guys just think about your immediate needs and don't think anything through. And the other piece to it is you have no consideration for women or see them as human beings. Because what you're doing is you're choosing to not be with American women because we have standards for how we want to be treated. So you go to another country where the women are vulnerable, they're living in unpleasant circumstances, some of them are in dangerous positions, so their only choice is to marry a passport bro and hope that things work out for them. And then when the time is up and they've got all of their papers to be able to stay in this country legally and they divorce you, you guys are shocked. You cannot believe it. This gold digger, she used me. You just cannot believe that your personality sucks that bad. Honey, you're the problem. You got to fix your personality.
Christmas came early this year. Oh, let's unpack this gem of a present. This nose ring queen claims passport bros treat foreign women like objects because they marry them and take care of them.
What? What are you talking about?
Sister, that is the exact same thing men do for you American women, who do have standards that those men who are leaving consider delusional. It's amazing to me how American women want to rag on passport bros by degrading foreign women they don't know and placing them in some kind of category equivalent to helpless children. Really, Colleen? Also, she is without a doubt confusing passport bros with mail order brides. Sweetheart, this isn't the 90s anymore. The bulk of these passport bros are going out of Western countries and staying out. They are not bringing any of these foreign women back to be poisoned by Western female doses of haterade. And honestly, the irony of her saying men are the problem. Yeah, keep going that way, sister. It's men's fault Western women overwhelmingly put in for divorce and take half of everything with an alimony bonus payout. Let me turn this around, ladies. How many videos do men put out saying to Western women, "Oh, we are shaming you for our decisions to take our passports, money, and happiness to non-Western countries"? I don't know about you, but the bulk of Passport Bro videos I have seen are aimed at advising men to leave, nothing more. Women put out plenty of videos like these trying to shame men for leaving and pointedly label them as abusive. But keep it up there, Colleen. It's not like you don't have the option to get drafted into Chad/Tyrone's roster and become a single mom. No passport required.
Now that's a lot of damage!
Moving on.
If you've ever experienced the fear of being judged, then listen, because I'm going to teach you how to let go of this fear once and for all. It's also helpful to understand where this fear came from. A long time ago, when we were still cave people, we needed to stay in a tribe to survive. If you were kicked out of a tribe or not accepted, you would most probably die out of starvation or by being eaten by other animals. But since then, humans have evolved, and so have our fears. Now, this fear of survival has turned into a fear of being embarrassed, fear of being left out, fear of being seen. But this can hold us back from so many opportunities. So how do we let it go? When you say, "What will others think?" or "What will others say?" who do you mean by others? Because most of the time, when we say others, we don't mean everybody. We mean a specific number of people that we know. Usually it's our family members or maybe our classmates or people we studied with a long time ago. I want you to name these people. Put faces on these people.
She has a point about our caveman days and the need to be part of a tribe to survive. But let's be honest, this group acceptance mentality is traditionally far more important for women than men. Ladies, that's me acknowledging that men and women are different, meaning since women have the gift of bearing children, that comes with a responsibility. Keeping strong social ties is a natural and logical instinct women have to assure higher survival probabilities for their offspring. I have to say, I understand where this queen is coming from in order to loosen the hive mind grip some. I mean, there is no doubt a certain empowerment group takes advantage of that dynamic to keep women single.
How dare you?
But let's be honest here, 90% plus of all women are not going to let it go because not just is it already hardwired in their noggins, it comes with the feelings of safety in numbers. Women, for the most part, only take risks when cheating on their man because it feels exciting and they get the benefit of the sisterhood taking their side when they get caught because obviously it was the man's fault. She cheated on him.
After you've done that, I want you to think why. Why do you care? Why does it matter what that person thinks about you, about what you're doing, about your life, and how that will affect your life? Why do you care? And the next question I want you to give yourself is, why should they have any say in how your life turns out? Why should I put my success or my happiness in the hands of these people? Why should they decide what I get to do and what I don't get to do? What I get to wear, what I don't get to wear? And finally, I want you to adopt this new mindset that you will be judged whatever you do. Even if you try to be the best, most angelic person and people please every single person, you're still going to be judged by someone. And it's okay. It's okay because you judge people too. I know, we all judge people and it's okay. Not everybody's gonna like us and that's okay. We have people who like us, we have people who support us, and all of the others, they don't matter. Stop trying to control something that's out of your control. Other people's opinion is not under your control and none of your business. The most important opinion in your life should be your own opinion. What you think about yourself, what you think about what you're doing. That's the only one that matters.
Seriously, Queen, why is it so important for women's interest in other people's opinions of their lives? Because they need it to fuel the fires of not taking accountability for their own actions. Okay, ladies, before you say I am reaching, you forget I have an above average womanese translator. It's very important to a woman's feelings that everyone always see her as the victim of circumstance. Family, friends, co-workers, you name it. If they can justify their actions through group encouragement, no matter how deceptive and how many lies they had to spin to achieve it, then in their all-important feels before reals logic, they are in the right. And the person on the receiving end is in the wrong regardless of the actual facts. Ask any guy who divorced a drama queen, or even better, the usual female description of her ex being toxic and abusive. As long as there is a tool that can be used to avoid responsibility, women will master it to perfection. I mean, seriously, how do you think women react when faced with accountability? Moving on.
I'm 34 years old and I've been single for years. I honestly stopped counting how many years at this point. Been single mostly by choice, I guess, kind of by circumstance. This past summer was me intentionally putting myself out into the world, into the dating pool. But so many comments like, why did you wait until you were 30 to start dating? 30 is too late. And honestly, those kind of comments are coming from a place of judgment. You never know what's going on in people's lives. And 30 is not too late. 30 is still so young. Those comments have made me reflect on why I've been single for so long. And it comes down to a couple of reasons. For one, I've just got used to being single, grew up in a strict household, so I couldn't date growing up, and I just honestly felt scared and nervous to start dating when I was, out of the house. So that kind of kept me back. And then I just got comfortable being single and busy doing other things like living abroad, getting a master's, just focusing on other aspects of my life. But the longer I stayed single, the more I started to develop this limiting belief that I had to have all of my in order before I could start dating. Tying my self-worth to, how successful I felt in my career, how much money I had in the bank account.
People asking her why she waited until she was 30 to date, that's not a judgmental blank comment. That is a legit question. And her saying, you don't know what happened in my life, duh. That's exactly the reason they ask questions, to find out. If she gets this defensive on a reasonable question, there is obviously some sensitive baggage she is hauling around. And sister, 30 is young, but not for starting a family. That's a wall-smashing year. On average, when a woman reaches 30, she only retains about 12% of her eggs. And we are not talking the top 12% farm fresh types either. We are talking what is left over. And I understand being a bit scared to date when you are brought up in a strict household, but after 18, you are an adult. Everything that happens after that age is 100% your choice. I'm not saying she could have gone straight 304. I am saying going monk mode was a choice. And the things she prioritized in her 20s, yeah, sister, my male viewers would call that the modern womanist cookie cutter package deal of be the boss, babe, and you will have the pick of any guy you want later. The fact she is in her mid-30s making a video trying to justify why it didn't make her happy is par for the course at this point.
Whatever.
How healed I was as a person. Ultimately, just feeling like, I guess, I wasn't ready or worthy to be in a relationship because I wasn't perfect. So this kept me single even longer. I really started to break that limiting belief this year because I just felt a shift in me, just having a lot more confidence in myself and just feeling more myself. And I think what also changed that, where I just wanted to be with somebody and be vulnerable and share more of myself, and realizing that women innately have so much to offer. And I think I just completely disregarded that fact. Women innately have so much to offer, and I think society tries to teach us that we don't, but we do so much. And that's a topic for another day. But once I realized that I have so much value and so much to offer to somebody outside of my career, outside of my bank account, outside of all of the other things that I was thinking about, I became ready to date. So now I'm dating in Chicago, and yeah, it's interesting. It's really interesting to say the least. I don't use the apps. I just try and meet people in real life. Yeah. And to all the men that think like this comment, honestly, I'm getting prettier and better by the year, so.
She didn't think she wasn't ready or worthy of a relationship. Again, this is the womanist dogma of dating 101. Basically, think you are a man and you have to prepare yourself to raise a family like a man. How's that working out again? Also, sister, it's not society trying to teach anyone what women have to offer. It's literal biology putting the message on blast, while Western queens just think they can slap their own rules together and the entire world has to bend the knee.
Kneel before Zeus!
Nope. A woman in her 20s has far more to offer a man who wants a family than a woman in her 30s. Stop with piling up excuses and accept it already. And again, in her 30s, she still doesn't understand that her career and bank account are usually very minuscule things the bulk of men are looking for. Pathetic. And sister, you are getting older with newer wrinkles each year. But hey, you go out there and slay, Colleen. It's not like there may be some merit behind men saying they would have found you more valuable in your 20s versus now. I mean, it's obvious that her dating life is going so awesome, she doesn't have any time to waste making a video in her car, drinking an iced latte, and trying to convince others she is getting hotter with age.
Fatality.
Flawless victory.
I'm just saying, if you enjoy this audit, click on the video in the end screen for more content. If you would like to support the channel, please follow the link in the description to donate to our beer fund, or like, subscribe, and share this video on other social media platforms. If you agree or disagree with anything about this audit, please let us know in the comments. I'm going to leave this audit right here. I'll see all of you in the next episode.